Imagine a teenage peasant girl standing in armor on a battlefield, waving a flag and leading troops in a seemingly impossible battle. She's no fictional heroine. She's Joan of Arc. Her story is thrilling because it combines incredible faith, courage beyond her years, and a tragic ending. Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I'm Rai, and in this video we'll explore the story of one of the most inspiring and tragic figures in world history, Joan of Arc, a young woman believed to have received a divine calling to save France from English colonial rule. Many know her as the Maid of Orléans, a brave girl who led an army in her teens. But behind that courage lies a story full of faith, sacrifice, and a struggle against injustice. It's a true story of how faith can ignite extraordinary courage in ordinary people. So prepare yourselves, because today we'll delve into the life of Joan of Arc, from her childhood in the village of Domrémy to her tragic end at the stake that shook the world. Here are the complete historical facts about Joan of Arc, the girl who defied fate with courage and faith. Joan of Arc was born around 912 in the village of Domrémy, then part of the French Duchy of Bar, the daughter of a peasant named Jacques d'Arc and his wife Isabelle Romay. As a peasant child at the time, Joan grew up in a simple life. She helped tend the flocks, worked in the fields, and grew up in a war-torn environment. This was during the long conflict known as the 100 Years' War between France and England. Despite this, she was raised with a strong sense of piety. According to accounts, Joan began hearing voices and experiencing religious visions that would shape the course of her life. Around the age of 16-17, Joan claimed to have received a revelation from Saint Michael, Saint Catherine, and Saint Margaret, who instructed her to help King Charles VII of France defend the French kingdom from English occupation. In May 1428, she went to the town of Vaucouleurs to meet the commander there, requesting permission to join, but was initially dismissed. Finally, in January 1429, she returned and, more determined, received support to meet Charles at Chinon. Her signature attire began to take shape: a flag bearing the inscription, Jesus Mary, and the symbol of Christ, and reportedly a sword found in the church of Sainte Catherine de Fierbois that matched her instructions. On March 22, 1429, Joan sent a letter of challenge to the English from the neighboring city of Orléans, which had been under siege. She arrived in Orléans in April 1429, and in just 9 days, the French army broke the siege, a major turning point. With remarkable bravery, Joan then participated in the Loire campaign and helped in the victory at Patay, which opened the way to Reims. Then on July 17, 1429, Charles VII was crowned in Reims. Joan's presence at the coronation festivities signaled the success of her mission. By this point, Joan was already being hailed as the Maid of Orléans, La Pucelle, a brave young woman who took the lead in battle. Despite her great success, Joan faced many difficulties. This began with resistance from French politicians and military commanders who felt threatened, and a strategic dilemma when the planned assault on Paris was delayed. In December 1429, she was enthroned along with her family. Her parents and siblings were also granted nobility by Charles VII as a reward. However, in subsequent campaigns at Saint-Pierre-le-Moutier and La Charité-sur-Loire, she suffered failure due to a lack of artillery and logistics. Ultimately, political and military dynamics complicated Joan's position. While remaining a symbol, she began to lose genuine support from some quarters. In May 1430, Joan was captured by Burgundian troops, allies of the English. On her way to Jargeau-Compiègne, different versions, and later handed over to the English. She was imprisoned in Rouen and faced an ecclesiastical trial presided over by Pierre Cochon, a pro-English bishop. The charges against her included wearing men's clothing, armor, and military attire, claiming to have received revelations, and being accused of heresy. On May 30th, 1431, Joan was executed at the age of approximately 19. Prior to this, the court pronounced her guilty on May 29th. Her death sparked a wave of sympathy and a subsequent reconsideration of the entire trial. After her death, the war continued until 1453, but Joan's influence remained palpable in the French national awakening. In 1456, a retrial declared Joan's conviction procedurally flawed, and she was found not guilty. Then on May 16, 1920, Joan was officially canonized as a saint by Pope Benedict XV and is now considered the patroness of France. She has become a symbol of courage, faith, and individual strength, a peasant girl who, amidst great trials, chose to take on a role seemingly far removed from her previous life. The story of Joan of Arc is not simply that of a war hero, but rather the story of a young woman who listened to her inner calling, took extraordinary risks, and faced a tragic end for a vision greater than herself. Although her life lasted only about 2 decades, her impact has endured for centuries. As we conclude this journey, we are reminded that courage can emerge from unexpected places, even from a peasant girl in a small French village. May Joan's story inspire us to listen to our own inner voice, take courageous action, and leave a meaningful mark. Okay everyone, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below to encourage me to create more content like this. Okay friends, I'm Rai, goodbye. See you in the next video.